Now, Wisconsin has gotten to the Sweet 16 despite the continued struggles of Nigel Hayes. That means the Badgers have needed another scoring option. And that scoring option joins us now from our campus studio in Madison as we say hello to Wisconsin junior forward Vitto Brown. Vitto, let's start there because I have an Uncle Vitto and I have a cousin Vitto, but my last name is Pizzo, so that makes a lot more sense. How did you come to be named Vitto?
You know, I had to ask my mom. My full name is Vittorio, but I wasn't quite sure where she got it from. I think she said she got it from a book, to be honest, and she said it just sounded cool, so that's what she went with.
It does sound pretty cool. I'm sure as a kid it's a tough name to get used to. Do you realize now how cool it sounds?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I've went by Vitto for most of my life. Only close people call me Vittorio, and they rarely do, too.
Now you have the game to go along with the name. Coach Greg Gard told me what you have meant to this team, especially offensively. So how did you develop your game from last year to this year?
Yeah, I had always been working on it, you know, behind the scenes, even when I wasn't, you know, playing as much as I maybe would have liked to. But I knew that, you know, Frank and Sam and Douye and those guys in my position would be graduating that year or leaving to the pros, so I had to be ready when my time came.
Vitto, let me take you back 2 months. It's the middle of January. You're 9-9. Most people don't believe that you're even an NIT team. Forget an NCAA or Sweet 16 team. So what was the spark?
Yeah, like you said, we never doubted it in our minds that we would be here. We always knew that, you know, the NCAA tournament was kind of the standard for Wisconsin. So we had to do our best to change things, and I think that Northwestern game was really the straw that broke the camel's back, if you will, and I think that's when we really took time to step back and reevaluate and see what we needed to change.
So we fast forward some 8 or 9 weeks, and on Sunday you guys are playing Xavier. You're down by 3. Let's walk through the final seconds. There's 11 seconds left when Bronson Koenig goes up to take a shot with the set just absolutely falling apart and no offense to be had. Do you remember what you were thinking when he lifted up to shoot that 3?
I'm gonna be honest. I was like, "No, why are you shooting that, man?" Because, like you said, it was contested. We hadn't had any type of movement, but you know that's why we love Bronson. He's not scared of that big moment. He's not scared of that big shot, and he had the confidence to knock it down all along. So, you know, he got the job done.
So on the ensuing Xavier possession, this will be forgotten by a lot of people because of the game winner, but Bronson doesn't get to shoot it if Zach Showalter doesn't draw that charge. How quickly does the mindset change from just surviving to hopefully winning?
Once he drew that charge, we knew that it was our destiny to win that game. Like you said, he put his body on the line for the team, and once he got that done, we were like, okay, you know, we have this final chance. We're going to get it done. And we didn't know exactly how at the time, but we knew it was going to happen.
So you get the ball in, you cross midcourt. Coach Gard calls timeout. There's 2 seconds left on the clock. Take me inside that huddle. How much was strategy? How much was encouragement?
Yeah, well, it was actually Nigel's idea to get that timeout. We were originally going to call it right away, but Nigel said, let's advance it up the court first. So that's what we did. And then once we got to the huddle, there was 2 options for that final play. Either it could go to Nigel in the post or Bronson on the wing, depending on how the defense played it. So we were confident with you know, whoever touched the ball in the end, but Bronson was the open one, so we hit him and he knocked it down.
Now, Bronson told me afterwards that he sidled up to Ethan, who was inbounding the ball, and said, if I'm open, give it to me, I will make it. He also said he knew it was in before it left his hand. When did you think it had a legitimate shot?
When it was about halfway, I could see the trajectory. I'm going to be honest, I thought he lost the ball, to be honest, because from my vantage point, it looked like, you know, somebody had tipped the ball maybe. But, you know, after looking at the video again, that was just his move all along. And you could kind of tell, you know, once it was halfway in the air, it's like, oh, yeah, that's going in. But I'm sure he knew right away.
So as much fun as that is to relive, we do have to look forward to Notre Dame. How much does it benefit you guys to be in a system where it doesn't necessarily matter who you're playing against? You're just going to try to do what you do and do it well.
Oh, yeah, that's huge. We don't have to change defenses or anything like that. You know, and we know a lot of these guys from either AAU or past experience, so they're definitely a familiar team for us. They have a kind of similar style of play, so it'll definitely be a good game and exciting one as well.
All right, that being said, finally, I'm sure you have had some time now to watch the Irish on film, so what stands out?
Their guard play is nice, especially with Demetrius at the point. We know he's going to be tough to handle, but I think that's where playing Xavier and Pitt will come in handy, because we'll be able to hopefully squeeze those driving lines a little more and make it harder for them to get to the rim.
Vitto Brown bringing his very classy name and much improved game to Philly as the Badgers head there to face Notre Dame in the Sweet 16. Vitto, truly appreciate the time. Safe travels up to Philly and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.